The journey in the footsteps of the Buddha. Gautama Buddha, the historical Buddha, discovered a unique path that helps people eliminate suffering and attain true liberation. After uncovering this path, though still young, he dedicated the remainder of his life to guiding humanity, much like someone using their finger to point the way for others. Today, we, the practitioners, are following in his footsteps along this path. On this journey, we are not alone but part of a vast procession of people. Each differing in age, health, culture, and knowledge. Some walk serenely and silently, while others devote themselves to guiding and supporting those who are weaker. Some merely stand by, waiting for others to help them. Along the way, there are also those who care only for personal gain, scavenging what others have left behind without concern for the final destination. Some even walk in the opposite direction, forcing us to step aside to avoid collision. On both sides of the path, a chaotic scene unfolds: bustling markets, gambling dens, wars, deception, and disorder. Some are unable to resist these distractions, stopping their journey, or even plunging headlong into the turmoil. This article aims to depict the path and the people who tread upon it, helping each of us recognize our place in the journey and choose the best way to move forward. During his lifetime, the Buddha taught the path in many different ways, tailored to his audience. Sometimes, he used simple words to explain to farmers; other times, he merely raised a flower in silence, allowing profound meaning to be understood without a single word. This demonstrates that while the path is always one, it manifests in various ways. After the Buddha's passing, his disciples worked together to maintain the path, regularly clearing and preserving it through great councils of Dharma compilation. Over time, however, the path also evolved, adapting to the intellectual currents and cultural characteristics of different eras. Since the 3rd century BCE, Buddhism has branched into two main sects. By the 1st century CE, these divisions expanded, leading to the formation of 18 different schools. Among them, only one has survived to this day, known as Theravāda Buddhism, original Buddhism. Around the same time, a new movement called Mahāyāna Buddhism, Great Vehicle, emerged, further diversifying into various schools and practices. Today, Buddhism is broadly categorized into two primary traditions. Theravāda Buddhism, also known as the Southern School, is considered to preserve the original teachings of the Buddha, based on the Tripitaka, 3 baskets of scripture. Mahāyāna Buddhism, a broader, more inclusive tradition that integrates diverse methods of practice and emphasizes engagement with the world. The key difference between these two traditions lies in their approach to practice. While their ultimate goal remains the same: liberation from the cycle of rebirth, samsara. Theravāda Buddhism preserves the original teachings as recorded in ancient scriptures, emphasizes a strict monastic discipline, often detached from worldly life. The ideal goal is individual liberation, represented by the Arahant, enlightened one. Mahāyāna Buddhism incorporates a broader range of scriptures, including later sutras. More worldly oriented, emphasizing the bodhisattva path, which focuses on not only attaining enlightenment for oneself but also aiding all beings in their liberation. Holds that everyone possesses Buddha nature and has the potential to attain Buddhahood. While Mahāyāna Buddhism is more adaptable and culturally diverse, Theravāda Buddhism retains its monastic rigor and emphasis on individual practice. The 3 major schools of Mahāyāna Buddhism. Pure Land Buddhism centers on faith in Amitabha Buddha and the Pure Land. The main practice is reciting the Buddha's name, Nianfo, Nembutsu, to seek rebirth in the Pure Land after death. Considered one of the easiest paths to enlightenment. Zen Buddhism, Chan, Zen, Son, emphasizes direct experience of enlightenment over reliance on scriptures. The famous story of the flower sermon illustrates this. The Buddha silently held up a flower, and only Mahakasyapa understood, signifying a transmission beyond words. Zen is a challenging path, requiring deep meditation to realize the true nature of reality. Vajrayāna Buddhism, Tantric Buddhism, esoteric Buddhism, developed in India in the 8th century CE, flourishing in Tibet. Integrates rituals, mantras, and symbolic imagery to transform the mind. Requires direct guidance from an enlightened teacher to practice correctly. Buddhism, an ever-evolving journey. Regardless of which path one follows, all practitioners are progressing on the journey toward enlightenment. Some walk slowly, some swiftly, but all share the same ultimate goal. As one advances, the path becomes wider and more radiant. Eventually, the traveler realizes that the self, the path, and the universe are one and the same. At that moment, all concepts, forms, and doctrines dissolve, revealing the ultimate state of liberation. Theravāda Buddhism provides a solid foundation for beginners. Mahāyāna Buddhism offers various means to progress further. Vajrayāna Buddhism harnesses all aspects of the mind to accelerate realization. Each tradition complements the others, guiding practitioners past illusion toward ultimate enlightenment. No matter which way you choose to walk, the path is always there, waiting for you to take the next step.